Well, I have to finish this one very quickly because my phone starts being malfunctioning. Being remotely controlled, I believe. The things that are happening make no sense, like the iPad again. And my memory, suddenly they all got, all full. I cannot upload videos on YouTube. These some errors showing up. Anyway, so short mission, by the way. I went to clinics with Kevin, but the light samples, doctor prescribed the light treatment. And Kevin's face, doesn't look like he had any guilt or remorse that he been wronged or been labeled suicide. I was very upset. Me and Kevin went to the three ladies, talked to case manager, that was Mercy, and talked to her. And however, showed her that I was pissed off. I told her, hey, we found these lights. Look at that. I showed the sample bag. Those things do not look like any bags in there, okay? I claim they don't know what the lights look like. Anyway, she was stunned and she didn't say much back. And later on, we went to the Linden Drugs. Yeah, I remember so clearly. When the Linden Drugs picked up the prescriptions, Kevin had to pay for it because, he was wrong. He was wrong before, like went to clinics this time. He said it's just, delusion. So confirming the bugs. So he should buy for those treatment. He purchased the light shampoo again, second time, and bought the light combs, electronic one, $39. Yeah, and then after he got home, when I complained about the lights again, he said that there's no bug. I suggest him to call police because it clearly it's him has psychosis. And I started play violin. After police Chris showed up, Kevin claimed I see bugs everywhere. I said I have a prescription. Police Chris brought me to the summer hospital, psychiatric emergency, because I was confident, I have a bug this time. Not only that, I have bad bugs. I have videos. However, when I got to the summer hospital, they said there's no bugs. I told them there's prescription, but Kevin did not give me prescriptions. And Dr. Lee showed up, that, I don't know, doctor or murder, second time, saying that psychosis, simply described my experience, what happened. And I told them it's really itchy, my hair. I had lice. I needed my treatment. It's not good. I showed them the things coming out from my scalp. They, doctor knows it was something like, delusional psychosis. And I asked them to try carefully. When nurse come by, took one peep. No lice. Like I'm fucking stupid idiot. Anyway, Anyway, so I said, well, just check the prescription after Kevin come here. So you choose to call Kevin. Anyway, so I was very puzzled. There's not a pattern, but 3 admission. Always Jonathan could not there help me because Jonathan lives wherever it happened. Jonathan wasn't there, and I couldn't conduct the witness because Jonathan was my roommate. Him can verify that I'm not psychotic. I'm just slowly healing from that deformation of those antipsychotic meds distort my face and give me men boobs, maybe lots of joy, no sex drive, and I have low platin levels. How do you call that? Plankton levels for sex drive stuff. Anyway, that's did blood work for that, so it's low. And see what I right over Friday. But Friday you suffer most in the mental ward psychiatric department. That Saturday weekend there's no real psychiatrist to release you. That's what they say. This on call psychiatrist, not the real psychiatrist. And then my case involved the readmit, right? I'm not the guide on the street with some psychotic behavior. Someone got there incident like one time. I was like regards of a previous diagnosis. So the weekend the psychiatrist will never do that. Let me out. And that's interesting. But why not just check with the co-harbor clinics? They said, It's too late. It's Friday night. You have to stay overnight. What? And there's I remember that night I heard there was, like they were funny. I still remember so clearly. There was a Chinese dude. He was middle-aged, a little bit disoriented of speech because I pick up his Chinese people, his accent like me, and he was one thing is I'm the best patient you ever found after they had to discharge him. That's so funny, interesting. I remember that. Well, check it if you have the record. Hospital employee stuff that day. The first night I was admitted there on Friday, August 2023. Wasn't that funny character? I want to know his name. He's funny. But anyway, he got discharged that night. And I was kept in there. And Steve visited me, and I said, like, it's a kind of prescription. And the prescription should be let me go, right? No, I said over fucking weekend. And the shit was right in front of me there for hours. And that's the first time I met nurse Tracy. Tracy was a nice lady, very kind, very empathic. I don't know, she had her charisma that attracted me. I talked to her. When she passing by, she saw those feces on the floor. She gave this kind of look, give me a look, friendly look, like, oh, how smelly, like, how could I stand that? I give her a look back, yeah, I've been there for a while, I remember clearly that first day I met Tracy, and the second time was in 24 April. She was the one who helped me identify the black mold after I showed her the photos of my Buddha carving, that one, yeah. So, yeah, I'll put this now. And you want to hold it? Yeah, so let me make it quick. So, like, it makes no sense, right? Like, why that is? Didn't let me out. Since I probably have prescription, that must be directly malpractice. No, I say misdiagnosed for them. Because, they don't have the prescription in hand, even though the system supposedly can call the co-harbor clinics. Anyway, on Monday, discharged. Later on, I realized, I got discharged because that was an negotiated discharge by Dr. Lung. Dr. Lung said to me this: let's have a negotiation. If you agree to have a Abilify injection, we will let you out now. Otherwise, you'll stay longer over the weekend, maybe many days till weekend. I don't know. So of course, I would do anything to get out of that hellhole, took my chemo right away. So another medical injury, jab. I was paralyzed the next day. Next day, I went to Copa Clinics. The day after, I went to see a dermatologist in Burnaby with Kevin together. Oh, those time I still don't know what Kevin's role in there, right? I just trust him as family, I was feeling weird, like, why he did not feel sorry. Why did he not go there with me to show them the prescriptions? Why I called help, he blamed me for doing drugs, which I never did. And anyway, that day went to Burnaby, I really feel sick. Like I don't have energy to walk to there by the SkyTrain. All the down distance by walking to SkyTrain station, it exhausted me. And used to be athlete. That's how harmful that Abilify is. And your body feel like there's a metallic taste, and it's just all your greasy, and your body have odor, and you keep drooling, and your body is shaking sometimes, muscles. That's not right. That seems like that's medication for wrong people. Because the people who have psychosis, the side effect is not like that. No. They don't gain 200 pounds. I worked so hard to lose weight by getting a job there. How I got discharged? Yeah. They called Stephen for collateral information. Stephen helped me. Dr. Lung called him. One thing I knew from the beer, Stephen told me that. After Stephen told the Lung that I did work at Sofa Farm with him, volunteer job, probably Dr. Lung realized something right away, the wrong person should be put there. But Dr. Lung questioned Stephen that he thinks that I got those lies somewhere. I was trying to frame them. I mean, okay, ask that question, be skeptical, it's okay, it's encouraging. But however, does it follow by common sense, from logic? How do people get lies? And those lies are not actually bugs looking, they look like Dundalf. And if so, if I'm so manipulative, if I'm so calculated, I need to frame things for some to see doctor, like I do have some units, pretend have to see doctor to get some diagnosis. Why they claim that because doctor didn't see my head, it's in the back, so go somewhere else. So if I'm calculating gravity like that, why did I fail the most simple step by apply it on my head instead of putting it back? If I'm able to get it somewhere else, trying to, and the group on uses, it's not from your head, it's in the back. So I'm able to do like such a gravity thing, but 80% successful, but 20% crucial part, I just trying to be stupid to erase out the 80%. How could that be making sense? But however, be skeptical, right? About it's common sense, that's fine. But Stephen told me that right away he knew it's doctor. The problem is doctor had the problem, not me. How would you assume like patient have a prescription right away? You think he frame it, not that he have to have this. That's a valid continuing chart of the. I'll never mention that a lot of things. Don't scare them now. And so. Yeah, so if not light, what is it? And Kevin suggested me to get, use the light shampoo after discharge. I was really itchy, I have to, because these 3 days I could not apply it, my medication. So I applied with my hair and it smelled so good. And then I wonder, well, this time, let's the doctor check it again in person, After I washed it, maybe he can still find some, need or lava on Skype or what, take a look at, be sure. So went to the same clinic, same doctor with Kevin together. Later time, checked my Skype. Wow, the fungi infection. Wow. It was diagnosed then already? Yeah, I've been mentioned over and over. However, delusional thinking, psychosis. When you talk about things they couldn't answer you, use common sense logic, articulate. When something you're telling them speak too fast, disorientated thought. When you tell something so truthfully, so naive, infant-like. There's no way you can win, guys. Once you're in the trap, no way you can win. I confirmed that with clinic yesterday, how to call doctor accountable for misdiagnosed. The clinic doctor at the urban care said, there's no way. Impossible. You see, review panel hearing, I know I'm not going to win because it's corrupted. Otherwise, I would win. There's no way I cannot win, because my case was so strong, so obvious. That's why what they're doing now, keeping that label psychosis, even though prove that is wrong is them. With that label, I'm not able to clean my apartment because they trap. Once I do so, that's a psychosis. Treating something don't exist. And then, I probably have 4 months of life to live, this fungal infection things. Once I die, everything going to government or Kevin. Government. Kevin will be put to jail. Then if I die, the crime will be, admitted, because then the criminal crime is a long organized crime, like years. Through killing. Because the law here is that until I die, that won't be a crime. And once that happens, even though Kevin was, used that his stroke as a reason not going to jury duty same year, he will not something can make fair judgment, but by 3 years calculating, that erased that's the concern. That he's not economic background, he's the stroke. Stroke won't be a reason for protect Kevin. Kevin will be put in jail. And this place, that place will be government. I know that. So now I have got the will done and stuff, Well, I think I can do it by myself, I guess. Yeah. So third admission, was confirmed, fungi. But I'm on extended leave. So I talked to a lawyer from class, name is Mosip. Mostly, I wasn't very good in speaking English at that time. Still, I didn't read my documents, how to record, so my English was really poor. Plus, I got jabbed. I have really big trouble in speech, because speech disorientation and drooling like a fool, gain weight like a Buddha, and lost the joy. Just like zombie. But again, my thoughts still clear. I tried my situation very complicated already by the third admission, because I remember so much detail. Focus the point again, still, I thought lawyers, but no. Lawyer call you a few times, but won't get too much information. Lawyer like to, most safe at least. Ask you questions, you have to keep yes or no answer. Don't explain too much, even though complicated questions. And then I was talking to Mercy as well, he was talking to Mercy. I found that strange. Mercy is a case manager of mine, and I have law conflict with them. Why he was talking to Mercy more than talking to me, because I'm the one challenging them. And another thing strange is, why suddenly, I'm prepared for that panel hearing for so long, and I have to read out the document, and I found a document from Kevin's laptop is that the document from class in 2017 about the shadow of the Mental Health Act. How did Kevin know this? Did he know everything already by that time? Was it a setup? Was it a trap? And Kevin was also trying to say he'd help me for the panel hearing, so he wrote a confession letter with his name signed on. The letter saying clearly there's no way Vincent is a violent people. And he said, he was trying to help me with the panel hearing, that's why he got the documentation. I don't think so. I stopped his head long ago. He knew already. At least that was 2023, August. So review panel hearing preparation, and multiple times during that discharge to the panel hearing, I haven't got a chance to meet Dr. Irwin. And the Mercy called me for the delay my appointment with Dr. Irwin. I said, no, I have to do panel hearing. I'm not going to have meet Dr. Irwin, because you cannot force me to meet Dr. Irwin after the panel hearing. I did not know the rule, right? And one day or 2 days before the panel date, I think it's September 10th or 5th, 2023, I got a phone call from the Mercy after at TNT that time, when I got the phone call. And also I was having a phone call with Mosip at the time about TNT. How good my memory is. Check it if you want. And that happened was, hey, Vincent, good news. Dr. Irwin discharged you. My only question was, I was very concerned about the discharge because I lost the chance to prove my innocence. I went psychosis. It's their fault. That the discharge proved that I was innocent, but they just don't want to carry liabilities, accountabilities for their misconduct, misdiagnosis. I really hope that they didn't say that it was me canceling it, because I knew there's some rule that you cannot cancel twice. Because I canceled once, but the first negotiate discharge second time. First time was gaslighting, telling me that be quicker to get out if you don't do the review panel hearing. Third time was don't know what that is. Suddenly decertified without giving you the reason or interview. And then call Mosip. Guess what Mosip said? Discharged. And then what's to the next? Mosip saying that, that means I'm free. There's no more panel hearing. It's cancelled by itself. Does that mean I cancel it? I said, no, but I didn't do it. I went like it, and he said that I should stop doing street drugs. That's the last word he said to me on telephone, and hung up. Excuse me? What? When I told him I did drug, that's so that prove that doing drug is not the crime. Doing drug is not a reason to be detained in a facility. Plus, I never did drug. I did drug from the Somehow Hospital, from VGH. That was a, that wasn't a street drug, was it? Fentanyl? Yeah, it is. Because people, drug addicts, they doing fentanyl on the street. But my fentanyl was from a doctor. When I was passed out, I wasn't unconscious. How could that be my fault? Well, then I'll mention who gave you, but you know that how substance abuse, like you were doing that every day in ICU without conscious, those drug chemicals impact your body. But what about the other drug giving my man boobs, alter my identity, make me like a female, also deform my face, makes me have no joy in life? What about those drugs? Should it be more severe, more harm? No one can answer me that one. Today, still, I'm prescribed daily meds, but I told them I'm done of suicidal self-harm for the 3 years. I only take the drug I want, which is Rubicon, sleeping pill that I need, and not going to mess up my brain. And you know, let's see what I can do. And now, basically, I don't know if my doctor, he's one, changed my mind yesterday, saying that I have to take the Cigarro or Quetiapine before I could take it home. And now, no. Since I refuse to Abilify, now I have to take that there, like there's no trust to breathe. And to stop that Rubicon, only one I want. The sleeping one, not the psychiatric ones. Huh, interesting. Tomorrow, I see this as a proof. Tomorrow, I'm going to go 3 pages again. Ask them who gave that prescription, because he was fired on Friday. Oh, for me, that's not fired from 3 pages. I fired him from being my doctor. He's not a doctor. He is the power abuser. So, if he saying that, if it's next doctor, whoever, cancel my Rubicon, I will make sure use my dad's resource, use lawyer, make sure the license be cancelled or revoked. They're worried about themselves now. If they decide to cancel the only medicine I demand, Rubicon, after 3 years abuse, bring me nightmare, hard to sleep. Be a human, not a machine. Those people who work in healthcare, please, okay? Last couple of days, every day, go to hospital, and I talk to the machine. I went to 9A, psychiatric 9A, just to ask questions if they know about, you know, what psychosis is contagious in one location. You don't know. Ask the doctor, you have to register at the emergency. Last Lisa went to the PSU. I was bad. I didn't go through that emergency door, so it forced me to register there. So I went to the other way around from the floor up. So Unibel, PSU, Absu, and Lisa came out. She told me it's not connected. So, you know, if a higher branch of those psychiatric departments on 9A floor, they have psychiatrists, they have nurses, those professors, they don't even know psychosis is contagious or not. Why do I have to take that antipsychotic medicine? For no reason, because I went to urban care clinic and asked them, what psychosis do I have? Because Michaela insists I have psychosis, even though lab result finding otherwise. Even though the same nurse, Joseph, at that time still thinking psychosis, and he was wrong, and he was not psychosis. I just want to figure out what psychosis I have, because the only thing I described was the skin irritation, and I was right. And they only did one sample, have 3 results from different clinics, different time. And the first one deny there's a fungi spores, but insist it's the yeast infection, but not the control medicine, it's on the shelf. Second one, same spot that use the Q-tip, they don't touch it, and then got me some antibiotic and fungi stuff, and days later call me emergently, ask me to go there as soon as possible. That same day, I had a meeting with Wesley, 25th, in the afternoon at 3 p.m. left the voicemail and asked me to go back to clinic. So I went there and then see a doctor again, make appointment, and then another deep medication. There's more than fungi, some it was an organism, something, I don't know. But no, this is a spot I picked in front of Joseph. And I was blamed on picking my own ear like psychosis. But I know it's not my ear. That was something internal, went in my ear, under the skin. I feel irritated by the skin irritation from that part because now some bug went into your skin. How do you feel? You pick them out. What's wrong with that? Every time I pick them out, that's labeled as self-harm, psychosis, pick my own skin, like stupid, crazy people don't know what their body feels like. Fuck. Anyway. So, making sure it's my hair, okay? Hair loss. Because those things for my hair, that scab. The fungi yeast scab infection, checked it out. It got the same symptoms I had since 2022. And I have photos taken in July 2022, since July 2022 until now, they're consistent. If you want to show the card that, hey, you got infection now, not before, I have a photo to prove. If you show a card that, hey, you have infection now, not before, I will question that. Also, why? After I have the lab test, I went to emergency 4 times in 48 hours. First time, the doctor at emergency checked my ear, saying that there's no fungi. I have the result. And then I told him, oh, he understands. You can't really see by your eye. So dermatologist Diane from the derm lab, Dr. Vancouver, she is in trouble now. All right, wrap it up. I know I'm being monitored for sure, but I called police today as well, trying to get that footage of the interview room because now there are 2 versions. The paper Vincent versions, that 4 days, 48 hours, Sabah Hospital, emergency, visiting, and the real Vincent, the story I'm telling, was my trust. Trustworthy should be my version because I am the observer. It's my reality. The 2 version, paper Vincent version, says otherwise, destroy reality. So who's overrule who's? You know what? I know we are not in the trustworthy society or that direction anymore. So I back up. Police refuse to help me, ask me bouncing to the Freeze Health. The same one who I wrote letters, 2024, July 31st, the same day I visited the urgent care clinics at Old 3 Bridges. Ha ha ha, what a metaphor. And wrote to them that day, asked about what to do with the multiple for 2 years after birth and the conversation stuff, and the next thing you know, kidnapping by San Paul emergency. Some doctor I know nothing about jumped out, claimed that knowing me, forbid me to defend myself. I used to violent assaulted me. I remember, yeah, that's why they want me to die. They want me to have no cure for my illness. No one feel sympathy for me because I am labeled as danger to the system. I had to peep up the computer when I was seeing doctor at San Paul. Really, I wasn't looking for it. It's really not deliberate. I saw my name with a yellow label saying bizarre behavior. I did not do anything bizarrely. I had backup with item from his nurse, Wendy. I talked to Tracy. Tracy helped me a lot. Wendy as well. And I saw Sunny. Sunny didn't help me much that day because he was out. But I remember her name. We had a talk. She's Asian and she remembered me too. People talk to real Vincent. They always remembers me because I treat them as human. I remember their story as well. I treat them as me in different perspective. So therefore, to Vincent, which one I choose to believe. And if you choose to believe the paper Vincent, I have to back me up because I have a voice memo. Police didn't even know that. All right? I just simply test them, trying to ask them, that's the footage of me playing Biba in that interview room, nothing else. I have melody, I have voice memo, those lines of those playing. on my records, it's like nothing. But those most stimulants at the time I talk to the people there, the machine and the human. Anyway, so let's not make it psychotic sounding. It's just my experience for the third admission and wrap up with something related to last couple of days. All right, so I know my phone acting weird now, trying to erase the James child history from Gemini, and Gemini have correctly is there, haha. All right, have a good evening, please. Oh, yeah, by the way, I will run something like this. They made a comment on there, and guess what on my record says? Bizarre, strange, and guess what they call this? Of course, parrot, you see that. But before they called even that, and the brainwash, they called it wrongly. They called it sailor hat. Sailor hat never been like something like this, and now they call it parrot hat. That's wrong, because you call parrot hat from propaganda, by entertainment industry, for movie Pirates of the Caribbean. The pirates wearing those hats. They are twofold. Okay, for the Napoleon the type. This one called the tricorn. Everybody wearing that. Why I wearing this? There are 200 years